Hello everyone, this is Jasmeet Bhatia from Landmark Immigration, and I am every day on Landmark Immigration. If you see our YouTube channel or our Facebook page, we are trying to get representatives from Canada. So today I am with Sprott College, representative of Sprott College and City University, Vancouver, British Columbia. So welcome, Hemant, and thank you for taking out time to come on our YouTube channel and our Facebook page.
Thank you, Jasmeet. It's a pleasure to connect with Landmark again. I think this is continuation in the series when we did a live webinar on your platform last month, which was also joined by Dr. Steve, who's a vice president of City University. And yes, we would, as I said, that we would like to take that discussion forward today and help our students and give them some guidance.
Sure. See, I feel students are wishing to study in British Columbia and especially Vancouver City. They don't have much options. There are fewer institutes in British Columbia. There are fewer colleges in Vancouver. And you are, I think, in Vancouver. So it makes a very important location for students to study in that city.
Right, absolutely, Jasmeet. So one advantage is that yes, our location is completely the heart of the city. It's Vancouver downtown. So that's a great opportunity for our students. And as you know, that Vancouver is one of the most livable cities across the globe, not only Canada, especially because of the mild weather. As you know, like most of the students that apne hai Punjabi ho gaye, all the coming from North India and various parts of India, they are not used to extreme winters. And that's where being in Vancouver or British Columbia is by and large a preferred choice for many students. But Jasmeet, as you rightly pointed, even if I compare the opportunities as respect to Ontario, there are less opportunities, and that's why by default एक बारी बच्चा जब तो शुरू करता है research करनी, वो Ontario वाले colleges में search करता है. But having an option which is a university option offering a postgraduate work permit right in the Vancouver downtown city, and we'll talk more about this program, which is, as you know, that it's a US degree that the student can earn in Canada. So this is a great opportunity which I want all our students उन सबनों ऐसी guide karange aaj, and that is where I think Vancouver, and not only that, just to add to that, we also have 16 campuses for the first year. So Sprott College has 16 campuses, which includes very popular locations. Jitna Surrey hogi, many of the relatives of Punjabi are in Surrey. So again, colleges Vancouver ch bhi ne, but if we talk about Surrey, more limited hai, and bachcha by and large prefer karta Surrey rahe aake. So then Surrey is a wonderful location. We are having a campus right at the King George. And we also have campuses in Kelowna, Kamloops, Victoria,
So that is great that students have so many options about for campus. What is the highlight? As we were discussing before, the fees is affordable. So before going to the programs, I want you to highlight the students, especially coming from Punjab right now, they are focusing on the budget part, and the fees is affordable for a bachelor degree, as we were discussing before. So I want you to explain to our viewers that what is the fees and how is the affordability affecting all the students, and what is the highlight for the fees part?
Interesting question, Jasmeet. And as we have been always talking that, yes, especially with COVID, the financial conditions of many families have changed, right? And there's a lot of uncertainty around. But you and me keep talking about this factor that there is still a huge demand for international education. In fact, if we talk of some of the global countries like Canada and New Zealand, they're much more safe with respect to what unfortunately, what India is going through. So we completely understand that it's difficult to put that money, which earlier probably was committed towards an international education for a child, but when thodi ji conditions change, okay. So that's where I think City University also took measures, and we brought in a domestic pricing concept. And I think this is a very, very rare concept. I do attend your other webinars as well. There is some quality offering from many institutions, but when it comes to fees, I think which is the single most important criteria right now. So what we are offering is we are offering a domestic fee. ਜਿਹੜੀ ਅਸੀਂ Canadians to charge ਕਰਦੇ हैं. And there's always, as you know, there is a difference of around 2x to 3x. International fee is normally 2 or 3 times more expensive, but we have really got it at a same price, and that is why my whole bachelor degree, and I would want you to comment on this after I finish, that our whole bachelor degree can be completed at a price of 40,000 Canadian dollars. Asi 20 lakh asi total bachelor degree di gal kar rahe hain, which can be completed, and you don't have to spend 4 years for that bachelor degree. bachelor degree can be completed in as little time as 2.5 years. यदि 2.5 साल की ਜਿਹੜੀ फीस है वो 20 lakhs है, $40,000, which on average ਆਪਾਂ ਗੱਲ ਕਰੀਏ ਕੈਨੇਡਾ ਦੀ ਐਵਰੇਜ ਫੀ 1 ਸਾਲ ਦੀ ਅਰਾਊਂਡ 7-8 ਲੱਖ ਹੈਗੀ ਹੈ ਕਿਸੇ ਵੀ ਕਾਲਜ 'ਚ.
No, if you go to main Toronto area, the fees are approximately $18,000 to $20,000, and students are doing, diplomas for $40,000. So whereas when students, if I want to compare, if you'll do bachelor degree, you will have more opportunities for students. They will get better jobs. They will have some, they will have additional point when they're applying for PR also. So students should, I am always a pro for bachelor degree. I always tell students to do bachelor degree if they can afford to. But when someone is offering a bachelor degree at $40,000, which is very, very affordable, you have the chance to complete the bachelor degree in 2.5 years or 4 years. It depends on the student. I think so.
Right. No, I think our maximum would be 3 years. A good part is like ਜੇ ਆਪਾਂ ਨੂੰ ਇਹਨੂੰ extend ਵੀ ਕਰਨਾ ਹੈ ਤਾਂ ਅਸੀਂ 6 ਮਹੀਨੇ ਦੇ co-op option ਦੇ ਰਹੇ ਹਾਂ. Now, many students would be attending this webinar on your platform, and through your platform, I would like to talk about co-op, which is a paid internship. Just like in India, ਸਾਡੇ college 'ਚ ਇੱਕ semester paid internship ਹੁੰਦਾ ਹੈ. ਉਸੇ ਤਰ੍ਹਾਂ most of our programs, let's say whether it's business, ਜਿਹੜਾ ਆਪਣਾ commerce ਦਾ ਬੱਚਾ ਆ ਰਿਹਾ ਸਾਡੇ ਕੋਲ business 'ਚ ਆ ਰਿਹਾ, ਜਿਹੜਾ ਆਪਣਾ ਕੋਲ humanities ਦਾ ਬੱਚਾ ਹੈ, we have option for tourism and hospitality right in Vancouver, which is one of the best places to study a tourism course or a hospitality course. Similarly, ਜਿਹੜਾ ਬੱਚਾ sciences ਕਰਕੇ ਆ ਰਿਹਾ, medical ਕਰਕੇ ਆ ਰਿਹਾ, ਉਹਦੇ ਵਾਸਤੇ we have early childhood education. Now, all these programs would have a co-op opportunity, means ਤੁਸੀਂ 6 ਮਹੀਨੇ ਆਪਣੀ study ਵਧਾ ਕੇ you can start working in the industry. The co-op will be arranged by the college. It's our responsibility to provide the student the job. And once the student is on job, it's a completely paid co-op, which means the student would be working and he'll be earning. And ਆਪਾਂ ਥੋੜਾ ਜਿਹਾ ਜੇ maths ਕਰੀਏ, a basic wage ਨੂੰ ਵੀ ਲਾਈਏ, which is around $15 an hour. My average co-op is a business program ਚ ਮੇਰੇ ਕੋਲ 900 hours ਦਾ co-op ਹੈ. So 15 into 900 is, I'm saying the student has to earn $13,500 without fail. ਉਹਨੇ ਆਪਣੇ ਪੂਰੇ ਪਹਿਲੇ ਸਾਲ ਦੀ ਫੀਸ ਕੱਢ ਲਈ.
That is great.
So that is a great opportunity, is what I feel. Ki maximum
so co-op is available in all the programs. So the co-op is available in all the programs.
Barring ECE, early childhood education, it is available in all the programs. Whether it's healthcare assistant program for sciences student, whether it's business, whether it's tourism and hospitality, or it's sales and digital marketing. All my programs have co-op. Having said that, early childhood education also has an industry experience component, but that is practicum, in which the student is not paid internship, but he'll still go and work there to gain the experience.
So you mean to say student pays $15,000 for a diploma and he can earn back $15,000 during the co-op time?
Roughly, yes.
That is something very great.
दो तरीके तो दे सकते हैं. Suppose करो मैं पहले साल से 15-16 हजार फी देती, right? I recovered that, right? I recovered a major amount of that. उतना देख सकते हैं. Other part is I paid my fees for the first year. Now, since this university is offering a domestic fee, the average fees for per year would be, when the student moves from Sprott College, it's an exclusive university pathway. It's like City University is running the first year at the college because of multiple campuses and multiple program offerings. When a student finishes the first year and completes a co-op, he just has to pay $10,000 per year to the university. That is it. And that is why the whole program has become so affordable. तो आप दूसरे तरीके तो देखिए, बच्चे ने अपनी यूनिवर्सिटी दी पहले साल दी फी काट ली from his co-op. So he doesn't have to pay anything in the second year technically. So बच्चे को choice है.
That is something
with co-op or without.
ये तो बहुत बढ़िया news है कि सारे students वास्ते with who are looking forward to an affordable studies in Canada, stay in Canada for 3 years, get a postgraduate work permit after 3 years, can get a postgraduate work permit after 3 years, and can get a bachelor degree also at a very affordable cost. So it is a really, really good news for all the students who are looking forward to studying in Canada, and especially Vancouver is the preferred choice for all the students. See, all the students want to come to Vancouver, but they don't get these kind of options which we are offering, I think so.
Yes, they have limited options because, as you rightly pointed, we are offering a bachelor degree at the cost of a diploma at any other college. And doing a bachelor degree has obvious advantages. When they file for a permanent residency 3 years down the line, they will get much more points And you know that CRS, which is the point system for immigration, is becoming more and more tough. So diploma would not give you sufficient points for you to be directly eligible for a permanent residency. However, doing a bachelor in the same cost and just in almost in the same time gives them much more advantage in terms of their immigration, fast track towards immigration.
So there's a question that can a medical stream student do a tourism and hospitality management course?
I would not suggest it. Of course, he can do it. We don't stop it. But I would rather recommend a medical or a sciences student should either come for my early childhood education 1-year program, or he should be coming for a healthcare assistant co-op. We have just newly launched a HCA co-op, which has a 600 hours of paid co-op. And you know that healthcare is anyways in very much demand in Canada. And because of COVID, the demand has gone much higher now. So that HCA co-op gives credits worth 2 years of study at the university. So after completing the HCA at college, a student can move into university to gain the bachelor degree.
So which are the programs you're offering? I want to discuss them again. One is business.
Yes.
One is early childhood education.
Yes.
One is sales and digital marketing.
Yes.
And
one is tourism hospitality.
Tourism hospitality management 4.
Yes.
They're the 4 programs we are offering.
And one more, healthcare assistant co-op.
Healthcare assistant program. So all programs are of a duration 1.5 years.
1 to 1.5 years, depending on whether you do or you do the co-op or you don't do the co-op. The shortest path is you finish first year at college and directly move into the third year of the university. But if you want to add another 6 months, it's up to you.
And what is the entry requirements? What is the entry requirements?
Good question, Jasmeet. So yes, I think that's another factor because IELTS and all centers were down. Good news is that they're opening. And I'm sure you people are also focusing there. So my entry requirements for this program, bachelor degree program, is a grade 12 with 55% minimum in their grade 12. It could be CBSE, it could be ICSE, or it could be a regional board as well. And IELTS, talking about IELTS, we do accept overall 6 bands, but we do accept 5.5 in one band, in one module. So I'm sorry. So 5.5 is acceptable in one module. However, if it's a 6 with no less than 6, of course, it's a STS application then.
Okay. So one module 5.5 we are accepting.
Yes.
If a student has a 2 module 5.5, then he's not acceptable.
Yes, we are not accepting it. And the good news about our admission requirements is, as you know, Jasmeet, that if a university is speaking on a landmark platform, normally the requirement for IELTS would either be 6.5 or at least 6. But through this unique pathway, university transition pathway, a student can enter the university program at even 5.5, and he doesn't have to, there is no further requirement to upgrade his IELTS before he moves to the university. So a student who would otherwise not get admission and may have to move into any XYZ college can go ahead and fulfill his dream of studying in a university, because sometimes moving from 5.5 to 6 thoda difficult ho janda hai. Maine bhi pata hai. It's difficult, but he doesn't have to worry with us. So that's an advantage. And it could be 5.5 in any module. That's okay, but only in one module. And one more advantage is that we don't need maths even for the management program. So that's a big, big plus. If a student doesn't have maths in grade 12, we will still accept him. That's not a challenge.
So what is the application fees?
Okay, that's another great point. We don't charge upfront application fee. So there is 0 application fee, just me. So there is no.
And what is the turnaround? What is the turnaround time for an offer letter?
It's maximum 5 working days, so within a week.
So what all documents will be needed for an offer letter?
Just like any standard admission requirement, it's basically their passport, their grade 12 mark sheet, their copy of their IELTS or Duolingo. We do accept Duolingo as well, PT and TOEFL, but I know that IELTS and IELTS and Duolingo are much popular, so we need a copy of that. And I think we just need to fill the application form in addition to that. So very, very simple and basic requirements, and a turnaround time of maximum 5 working days for the offer letter.
And do you accept PTE?
Yes, we do accept PTE, yes.
So what's the score that is acceptable?
We're looking at an IELTS equivalency of 6. So I think 52 and above should be fine. So overall of 55 with no less than 52.
Okay, and what is the Duolingo test acceptability?
100 is the score.
100 is required.
Yes, yes,
So I feel the highlight of your program is the affordability,
yes,
and the students will complete bachelor. I think
yes.
we need to go again and explain them that I want to convince my students, that $40,000 is really really affordable, and if they do, again, I want to discuss that it's actually comparable to a diploma. So $40,000 they pay for a diploma in any other college, whereas here it's Sprott College combining with City University, staying in Vancouver, you are just paying $40,000 for a degree is really really attractive.
I think it's a one-time offer. I've not seen this kind of pricing. I think I do know some competition also offering a bachelor degree program. So I just want to differentiate ourselves. Of course, everybody is doing a good work, but how I would want student to be made aware about City University is one, that he's earning a degree from a US university by being in Canada, which is completely recognized by Canadian immigration, offering the postgraduate work permit. And then City University is one of the top 50 educators of North America. So I think I would want to talk about that ranking, that the quality is not getting compromised at any level. The course is ACBSP credited, which is one of the top three management accreditations for a course. So the bachelor degree in management is ACBSP credited, coming from a US university. The same fees for somebody who's studying in USA for the same program would require the student to give SAT, would require the student to pay the fees in US dollars, which is much more expensive than Canadian dollars. So I think it's a one-time opportunity, and especially because of COVID, that's where the university has extended that benefit to all the students who would want to take admission and come and study in Canada, especially in Vancouver. And just one more point is that the fees is spread over a period of 3 years. So it's not that he has to pay a huge sum while being in India. Yes, we do expect a first year fee coming in, but then he has leverage that he can pay the second year fee at university, and then the third year fee is only around less than 10,000 left in the third year, which is a domestic fee price.
This
That's
is quite attractive. Yeah. So I have not heard any of the college or university who is giving pricing as of local students,
yes, yes.
domestic students to an international student, and this is quite attractive. Can you explain more about the City University, because students might want to know
Yes.
more about City University.
Why not? Why not? So City University is a 50-year-old university. It's very well and very reputed and established university. The original university group is City University of Seattle, and they have campuses across the globe. They have campuses in 8 countries. In Canada, they have been operating for 25 years with 4 different campuses. They have campuses in Calgary as well, and a couple of campuses in Alberta. But however, the Vancouver is the largest campus, and that is where they are offering this Bachelor of Management. They, of course, offer other programs at master's level, like Master of Counseling, Master of Education, Leadership, but that's separate. But for today's session, we are sticking to our Bachelor of Management program, and they have more than 50,000 alumni, which are already successfully placed in the industry and at various leadership roles over the last 40 to 45 years. And as I said, Canadian campus the Vancouver campus is 25 years old. They have been doing a phenomenal job. So it's very well, very reputed university. I've been in Canada for more than 2 years. For me, if I have to really recommend it somebody at a price point, what they are offering, because I am aware about universities where doing a bachelor degree can cost easily double the amount, which is $80,000 or 40 lakh rupees. I'm talking of a total bachelor degree in 20 lakh rupees. So I just can't stress enough on this point. And from a very reputed industry, because most of the industry leaders, so all their the faculties, the instructors are all industry professionals. And there's another statistics going on around in Canada that 85% of the students who would want a job after the graduation, the employers are looking at them holding a bachelor degree. Students do start with diploma. I'm not against student doing a diploma. In fact, our starting point is also a diploma. So student is getting dual credential. But I see so many students when I come and interact with them, sir, mere points nahi pure ho rahe. Sir, humko ek bachelor degree de do. Sir, koi aur option hai. So I don't want them to spend a 40K at a diploma, then go to a college or university to finish a bachelor, because at some point in time that would be required. And जसमीत ਅਸੀਂ ਗੱਲ ਕਰ ਰਹੇ ਹਾਂ ਬੱਚਿਆਂ ਦੀ ਜਿਹੜੇ ਹੁਣ ਇਸ ਸਾਲ ਐਡਮਿਸ਼ਨ ਸੋਚ ਰਹੇ ਨੇ, So let's say कि वो January वास्ते भी admission लेंदे हैं. We're talking
So
that they.
I want interrupting. I'm just interrupting. Are you will you start accepting applications for September or January?
Or if a student has a valid study permit, of course. So one big advantage with just means another which I would want to point is that we have monthly intakes. Your students, there's no waiting time for your students. So as soon as that you have a student, we have stopped it for September because we are not very sure about the study permit. But with the recent announcement from the immigration minister from Canada, if you have applications for September, if not September, October and November should also be okay. So if you really want to fast track an application and put an file for a stage 1 approval, for which you did a presentation yesterday, Jasmeet. So we are still open and acceptable for that because the program can very well be started in India without impacting their eligibility for postgraduate work permit.
So there has been a lot of confusion over this stage 1 and stage 2 visa approval. And can you guide some more students about it?
Ministry. So what has happened is that if you see the global trends, because there was a kind of how do I put that down? I would not say controversy, but there was still a lot of complications which was happening around US visa recently, 1 week back, wherein the declaration came that if the student is doing an online learning, then that student should not be in US. But of course, that order was taken back recently. So what happened was that UK immigration minister came up with the statement that all the students who are leaving USA are most welcomed in UK. So the idea is that every country wants to hold on the international students because it's a major contributor to the economy, right? So Canada, whether it's Australia, whether it's New Zealand, UK or Australia, these are the or US, I would say. So these are the top 5 leaders, and they are of course known for its quality education. So everybody would want to, as a country, everybody wants to hold on to these international students. So if Canada doesn't come up with something like a stage 1 and stage 2 approval, because you know that biometric is an important component for a student to get a visa. But if BFS centers remain closed, a student cannot really start the application process, which means pushing back a student by 6 to 9 months. But if another country opens in that time, which UK has, so a lot of students might just go there. So Canadian immigration recognized that fact, and they came up with a 2-stage approval process in which they say as long as the student is genuine and meets the requirement, especially if he has a LOA from the institution and has paid the fees along with the GIC, then a student is very well eligible to get a stage 1 approval to start the classes which are online and without impacting their PGWP eligibility. Yes, there are additional requirements like biometric processing or police check reports and other admissibility requirements, which a student has to fulfill. But as long as the student is genuine, and that is what Landmark is actually known for. So as long as the student is genuine and all the documents are authentic, he or she should not really worry, because stage 2 approval is just a background check for you, which would be required more as a mere formality, but a student would have covered
I did a presentation over inadmissibility and criminal charges also, because a lot of students are being misguided and they are confused, they're panicking. And so I did a presentation on the inadmissibility law also for students to understand that's not a big thing, and students should be convinced about it. And if they get an approval like at the first stage, that is like 99% that they will get through to the second stage.
Absolutely. And that is why the ministry will take a step like this. So we are talking of Canadian immigration taking this thing, right? It's not coming from any provincial or something of that sort. They recognize that borders may not be safe to open at this point in time, but they do not want students to suffer. So I repeat, all the international study abroad destinations are very well concerned about the students' welfare. And just mean like same process वैसे भी हुंदा सी, but बच्चे involved नहीं हुंदे सी because visa दी file लग गई, they're just waiting for their visas, but same checks हो ही रहे सीगे. So जेड़ा बच्चा genuine है ਉਹਦਾ visa पहला भी आना सी, ਹੁਣ भी आऊगा. There is no difference. Only thing is because there is a lot of talking about it, so बच्चे are getting confused. But I would want to assure the students through your platform that there is no need to worry. We are talking of top universities being a very important stakeholder in these decisions, and they want that students do not suffer. And while being in India, if they are able to do a part of their studies, it's an advantage for the students from where I see, because they are saving on almost $1,000 a month living cost. Again, it's a once in a lifetime opportunity that if I'm sitting in the comfort of my home, being safe, and if I study for 6 months, a semester kar liya, 2 semester kar liye, till the time moving is safe. So government is actually taking care of you, especially with that clause that up to 50% of your study can be completed from your home country or outside Canada without impacting your PGWP eligibility. I think it's very, very straightforward that it's completely safe and a very good step to move forward.
So once again, anything else you want to add to the session? Because I am really see, if I tell you, I have dig deep in your university today.
Yes,
You
I know. For some reason, we were not able to connect before this, but I think we had a session with Surbi. So if students, if you scroll down, I know there will be a lot of videos at Landmark, but if you search on another video from Sprott College City University, you can also hear from Dr. Steve, who is the vice president and head at the Canadian operations, and he himself has mentioned about all these benefits. And this is a special initiative that we have taken during the COVID-19 situation, so that we completely understand the difference in the financial situations of parents as well as students. And to support that fact, we have brought this special pricing. I would say that we have made the degree program very, very affordable.
So एक बारी फिर ਆਪਾਂ highlights discuss करते हैं, ठीक है? So I want students की highlights ਆਪਾਂ discuss कर लिया आज के session दियां, because lot of viewers have joined us right now also. Great. So I have seen when you do a YouTube session जो ਅਸੀਂ करते हैं, so for first 20 minutes there are the users don't join, you know, they join after 20 minutes, right? You know, and there are more users who join after 20 minutes. So I will explain them in Hindi only, because a lot of viewers who watch Hindi. So if अगर आप $40,000 में बैचलर डिग्री करना चाहते हैं, then this is the university. And somebody just commented, Preet Binder, that this college is not providing postgraduate work permit. So Preet, if you complete a bachelor degree in Canada, any college, you will get a postgraduate work permit. So please don't, like, people come to conclusions very soon. Yes, you know. So if you do a bachelor degree in Canada, you will get a postgraduate work permit. And $40,000 you do a diploma. आप diploma करते हैं $40,000 में, और यहाँ पे आप डिग्री कर रहे हैं $40,000 में, और 5 specializations हैं जिसमें आप बैचलर डिग्री कर सकते हैं. Suitable for early childhood education for medical students, healthcare assistant for medical students, sales and digital marketing. I think non-medical students and commerce student can take sales and digital marketing. Business. So Hemant, what was the 5th specialization?
Tourism and hospitality.
Yes, which is very attractive. Tourism and hospitality, which is the topmost sector in Canada. So these 5 specializations you can do by enrolling with Sprott College. There is no application fees. There is no application fees. And then with the diploma, we are offering co-op, which is paid. So whatever tuition fees you have paid, जो भी आपने tuition fees दी है, that is you can earn back. So I think that is the highlight of Sprott College partnering with City University. And students should look at enrolling in these courses because it is quite attractive. Duolingo is 100 acceptable. IELTS is overall 6 band, 1 module 5.5 band. Offer letter is issued within 5 days. Am I right in all the points, Hemant? I think I am right in all the points, which I made a summary.
You are absolutely right in all the points, and just maybe to add on, emphasize on 2 or 3 points, and just to answer Preet's question by adding to your comments, is that this college is not eligible to provide postgraduate work permits. So Preet, if you have heard our whole presentation, we are talking of dual credentials here. You are starting your study in Canada with a 1-year diploma, which is offering you all the specializations which Jasmeet just talked about. So that means we have a range of options, and all these options are leading into Bachelor of Management degree at City University. And as Jasmeet rightly pointed, any credential which is a degree in Canada would automatically lead you to a postgraduate work permit. So please, when you have searched, also go ahead and search City University in the immigration list for the DLI institution, and you would certainly find a yes on the postgraduate work permit for the Bachelor of Arts in Management program. So it's a Bachelor of Management program. So just to answer that part, and the student has a benefit that he's getting dual credentials. He gets a Sprott College diploma and he gets a university degree. in the total price that Jasmeet has already talked about. And just to add to 2 or 3 more points, yes, we are offering this program option with first year option in a lot of campuses. So sometimes that all the audience, if you have a relative, say in some other place like Kelowna, Kamloops, Victoria, Nanaimo, or Surrey, we have a campus for you because most of my programs are offered across campuses for the first year. Yes, when you move to the university in the second year, it's in the Vancouver downtown. And in fact, Sprott College downtown campus and City University campus is the same. And it's an exclusive tie-up. So it's a natural progression. As I've already clarified in this session, that you don't need to appear for IELTS again. You don't need to meet any other requirement. You just need to pass your first year, which is a very, very natural requirement for a student to naturally progress into the higher years, right? So that's an advantage. And of course, you are just to re-emphasize on that point. Once you are in Canada, you are in the North America zone, right? So US is a big state there, as a big country there. So many students in future may want to consider moving to US. Whether you do move or you do not move, at the end of the day, the degree that you are earning for your life is the US institution degree. So you can very well say that I studied from a US institution, which is rare. And even if it is there, it is very expensive because you have to pay the fees in US dollars, which is much more costlier than Canadian dollars. So I think the program, just to summarize from my side, we are talking of earning a bachelor degree in Vancouver in the field of management, along with multiple specializations, which we are offering directly in the first year, is eligible for up to 3 years of postgraduate work permit. And you are getting this at a price point, which is very, very affordable. And the whole payment is split into a period of 3 years with optional co-op of 6 months in majority of our programs, which gives you A, hands-on experience, B, its return on investment.
So we have a question.
Yes.
Saurav,
yeah, I just read that.
What is the requirement to take university transfer to City University? Saurav, I would tell you that the City University offer letter is generated along with the Sprott College offer letter. So there will be 2 offer letters all the students will be getting, that you will be directly transferred after you complete your diploma from Sprott to City University. Am I correct? So, Hemant, you want to add anything?
Absolutely correct. No technical requirement. As I said, the only requirement is to have a passing CGPA of 2 out of 4, which is anyway the requirement for any college. That means if you pass your diploma, you cannot be a leave of absence or you have left the diploma and then you say university takes me. No, it's technically that university is offering the first year at 16 campuses of Sprott. And once you finish that diploma, you automatically progress into a future intake, for which we are offering a joint offer letter, a joint LOA, as well as a visa support letter addressed to the embassy officer, which acknowledges the pathway from City University. That's on the letterhead and signed by City University.
So one more question, that what is the gap acceptability? Like suppose a student has done his 10+2 in like 2012, 2013, 2014. Is he acceptable for your college?
So Jasmeet, just to maintain that we don't have much rejections on the visa front, we recommend that we don't accept gap more than maximum 3 years. So that means the last I'm looking at is 2018 pass out, not before that.
Okay, so there's a 2-year window. So if you are pass out in 2018, you can apply to City University in collaboration with Sprott College. Anything else we missed on? Any highlight? Anything else we missed on? I missed on one thing, that is you can complete your bachelor degree in 2.5 years. Yes. That is also a highlight.
Yes. Which is normally 4 years or at the least 3.5 years. We are saving you 1 year. So that's something you can get additional year and you fast track to your permanent residency in the future.
So I think, Hemant, we've discussed all the points. If I've missed on any point, you can explain, or if you want to share.
I think in the summary, we just missed one point. I would say I would just with respect to the admissions, and we have discussed that point in the first half of our presentation, that many students fear, as you know, that majority of the quality institutions, I'm talking of the top colleges or universities, if we are going for a business program, even a human resource management program, you certainly require maths. And you require a maths with a decent percentage, say around 65 or a grade C in your grade 12 percentage. Otherwise, you have to choose a general arts and science program. Am I right, Jasmeet?
Yeah.
But with City University, that is not an upfront requirement. So a student without maths is very well qualified to enter Sprott College into a program of their choice and graduate into university program. And that is, I think, a big plus. So all the commerce students who do not have maths, all the humanities students who do not have maths, you are getting into a management program without the upfront requirement for any maths. It's a big plus. It makes a lot of difference. And again, just to address those students who are not able to score a overall 6 with no less than 6, if you are stuck with 5.5, your dreams are not shattered. You still have an opportunity to move into and graduate from a university, a very, very reputed university. It's one of the top 50 educators in North America. And with 5.5 acceptable, this makes life a little more easier for your students, just me.
That's great. That's great. I think we have discussed all the highlight point, and it makes very attractive institute for all the students who are looking forward to apply for September and January intake, and with 2-stage visa coming in, so you can apply for September intake also.
Yes.
And you can start your studies online, and then you can travel to Canada and start your studies offline. And
Yes.
can you add something like what is the, as we were discussing that Vancouver is the best city during the COVID times,
Yeah, so I think a good point again. I know it's not a very good situation across the globe. We know that India, the cases have been increasing at a very, very fast pace, which kind of is an area of concern. But then within that whole spiking up, there are countries or there are cities where things are stabilizing. And when I speak from Vancouver point of view, so because I am based in Vancouver, I'm taking this session from Vancouver today. Things have started to stabilize here. And we were shared a report internally that Vancouver is one of the most safest international destination across the globe right now, especially in terms of the flattening of the curve. So our cases are very, very less as compared to other places in not only in Canada, but all the leading cities which are popular for international study destination like London or California or New York or even some other cities out there in UK. And even if we compare it to Toronto and Montreal, Vancouver is the safest as of now. So we just hope and pray that the situation remains the same, which gives you a sense of comfort. I'm not requesting or urging students to consider travel at this point in time, not at all. Anyways, the borders are closed. But having said that, there is a sense of comfort for the parents who are listening to this, that at a point in time when borders open and Canadian government would consider it safe for students to travel, your students come into an environment which is rather more safe or has been safe for a period of time. So it gives you that comfort level. And just to add to that, Jasmeet, I think one big thing that we missed is that we as a group offer our own student housing. So we are having 1,000+ beds capacity in the heart of the city in 4 different buildings. It's under the brand GEC, Global Education City. And these are fully serviced student apartments wherein there is in-house cleaning. There are amenities like kitchen, fully equipped kitchen. You have gym and other facilities. Normally, this would require long-term leasing. And I'm just taking last 2 minutes of the presentation right now. This would require normally a leasing of 6 months or 12 months. And that's why students shy away. बच्चे डरते हैं कि इतना पैसा नहीं लाना. It's completely a flexible leasing. So say 1 महीने का bond भी नहीं भरना. You pay for the first month. And then if you want to continue, you continue. Otherwise, you're free to leave. And these accommodations.
What is the cost? What is the cost?
Yes, that is what I was coming to. A normal accommodation like this in Vancouver downtown could cost a student easily around $1,500 a month. Our pricing starts at $600 to $800 a month. And these are so popular because of their prime locations that students from UBC, SFU, all these institutions which are there in downtown Vancouver have BCIT. They all want to book an accommodation there. So why this point came into my mind is because a lot of students who were initially thinking of coming before the bans on travel started and quarantine requirement came in. So we as a group would also offer the quarantine option, which is available to the students. So as and when the travel reopens. So again, that's a big plus that normally institutions would outsource it to somebody. For us, this is in-house. That's a key model where our company operates, which is the student housing division. And as I said, we have a capacity of 1,000+ beds, and these are fully serviced apartments. And I'll send you a presentation later, Jasmeet. Maybe you would want to talk in any of your future talks. But it's a big advantage especially because there is no fixed like 6 months or 12 months. Student pays his rental for the first month and pays 1 month advance. That is it. If he likes it, he continues to stay. If he finds a friend, if he wants to move out, he wants to move to Surrey, he's free to move out. At least parent nu baithe India ch ek tension khatam hogi. He has a place to stay without requesting anybody. पहले 1-2 महीने बच्चा सेटल हो जाता है, उसके बाद if he is liking it, he is free to continue. Otherwise he can opt out and then move into another place.
So all in all, it's a very good opportunity to study in your institute, I feel so.
Yes, with 10 minutes walking distance from your apartment to City University, I think at that price, it just adds, it's I think icing to the cake.
Yeah. So we have discussed today's Sprott College, and thank you, Hemant, for the session and coming big. I think you're calling from Vancouver, and the time there is about 11:30, and taking out time at such odd hour for this session. I'm really thankful to you.
Well, thank you. It's all my pleasure, Jasmeet. As I said, and I would want to use this platform to compliment the entire team of Landmark, and especially I would want to, it's an inspiration coming from you with the number of sessions that Jasmeet is doing every day on all the relevant topics. I think coming over on your platform, I would not look at the clock. I'll rather come and do the service so that our students benefit from your platform, and then they take this decision to study at a wonderful university and help build their careers.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Hemant. Thank you for the session, and thank you for the compliment. Right. And I hope we will be able to guide students in the right way for your institute. Thank you.
Absolutely. Thank you so much. My pleasure.